Hey everyone, my name is Dewey Davenport and thanks for watching my video. I'm here with my friend Barry Hall, and as you can see, this is a little bit different video. I'm not in an antique biplane or open cockpit airplane flying around sharing that with you, but instead I'm at Barry's house up in Michigan, and we have a 1/3 scale MiG-17 that is kitted by Composite ARF. Composite ARF. Andreas Gietz is the owner of the company. He designs the aircraft. And just a little history. I've been flying model airplanes since I was 11. Been building them since like 7 years old with rubber band and plastic models. And back in 2000, I got a job up in Detroit at Ypsilanti Airport. And I'm a hobby nerd, so I would go to local hobby shop, which was Ryder's Hobby in Ypsilanti, and that's where I met Barry and a few other model airplane friends, and we've become friends. And it's really since 2000. I haven't seen Barry in a little while, but he is a master builder, and he's really one of the best builders I've ever met in my life. A lot of his stuff he does with monocoat, or used to do with monocoat. And he's an artist, and he's really just a genius on his brain on how he's thinking about putting models together. So I bought this MiG. This is a turbine-powered, radio-controlled airplane. I really haven't flown turbines since about 2008, 2009. And with the kids, we got back into model airplanes pretty heavy. And I said, you know what? I want an RC jet again. So I started looking around what's out on the market, because I've been out of it so long. Things have changed 180 degrees. It's totally unbelievable. And one thing, the airplanes are much larger. This airplane is a 1/3 scale MiG, and it's huge, but it's really not nearly as big as what could be out on the market with F-16s and F-15s. So when I went to start looking for an RC jet, I didn't plan on something this large, but I wanted something that I knew would fly well, which means that it would have a wing. I wanted something that had a wing that I know would fly pretty reasonably slow, very scale, and I can maneuver it, very well. So I started looking at MiGs, MiG-15, then I found this MiG-17. And I wrote Andreas, and Andreas led me to someone else. We talked about it, and they're very expensive. Well, I talked to my friend Jared, Barnstormer99, who flies my biplane, and he says, man, there's a MiG-17 on Facebook Marketplace for sale. And I said, no, there's not. Well, he sends me the link, and believe it or not, there was, and it was fairly close. It was damaged in shipping. And if you watch YouTube, it's called Lighter Side of RC. Mm-hmm. Jonathan built a MiG-17 6 video series. It's a pretty awesome video series, but he built a MiG-17, and the airplane got damaged. So if you go watch that video, or those videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. I bought that airplane, the damaged one, and believe me, it is damaged. We'll show you some parts and pieces. But it came with a brand new fuselage, brand new wings, tails, fuselage, everything. So I got a brand new airplane. I got a very damaged airplane. I sat at home, looked at it, and I said, I can't put this thing together. I called Barry, and I said, Barry, would you be willing to put this thing together? And I think he already had like maybe drool coming out of his mouth. And he went and looked at the videos real quick. He wrote me a book on things, and we agreed on things. I brought it up, and he's been working on it, and we want to really just talk about it a little bit. He didn't want to be on the video, and I like to talk, but I want Barry to be on the video and talk a little bit about it, tell you about some of the things that, what we're going to do a little differently, but it's pretty much the same airplane. The layout's going to be a little different inside the cockpit or the fuselage, but we'll show you some pieces. The cockpit was destroyed, like the whole front end was gone. Barry rebuilt it, made it better than new, and that's really what Barry does. He takes things and just turns it into like a piece of art. And I'm very appreciative on what he's doing. So Barry, welcome, and
Thank you.
we'll have to make some other videos, and maybe you can showcase some of your airplanes down the road. But he's this is Barry Hall, master builder.
Thanks, Dewey. Yeah, you know, he said when we talked, he said, yeah, this has been damaged in shipping, and like, oh wow, you know, damaged in shipping. Okay, how bad can it be? Well, then he sent some pictures. Pretty much whatever happened in shipping hit the back end of this thing the worst. So basically, everything from here to the back was flat. But the good news was, looking through it, pretty much all of the gear, the motor, pump, radios, you know, servos, everything, despite being in crushed pieces, the components themselves were okay. I think the only thing we really lost was the LED afterburner ring, because it was in the tail end and it got crushed. So instead of being a nice round ring, it was, well, flat. And just, you know, it was broken up so bad that, you know, just didn't get continuity through it anymore. Like one segment of the thing would light, and that was it. So replace that. And then it's just been putting it all together. We're getting pretty close. The tail end is done. The tail feathers are all done. The wings are done. The retracts are all put in, and everything working. Just getting started on the front end right now. Got the cockpit is in, and working on getting the canopy hooked up. It'll actually slide when we're done. There's a linear actuator that'll open and close it. And then it's just going to be putting in all the innards that go in the front. So, you know, your receiver, the ECU for the jet engine, the retract controller, batteries, fuel system. So all that lives up front. And we're just putting it all back in, pretty much the stuff that came out of the old airplane.
Yeah, I plan on running Spectrum power through the whole thing. We're using the same servos that were with the damaged airplane, but we took out the power box, and we're using a Synapse receiver. We're going to use all smart batteries, and really that's going to be the power system. I don't think we're running anything unique. You know, I like being different. One thing is trying to come up with a paint scheme. May go with what was already with the damaged airplane, but if you come up with something unique, maybe post a picture in the what's the comments or something like that. Maybe whoever I pick would be the winner. But I like being different and having things different. Having this MiG is something, you know, I could tell you history later, but back in 2007, I flew in the Jet World Masters in Northern Ireland, and Dave Ribby was flying a MiG-15. Mm-hmm. And when I saw that, that's the airplane I really want. I wanted a MiG-15 because the wing, it's cool, it's different. And when I saw the MiG-17, it has more sweep in the wing and things like that. But it was like a given. This is what I want to go after, and let me go see if there's any available. And this is what came up. You know, Barry, you know, he's talking about things they've done. So we've taken everything out of the damaged airplane, and the email you should read, because it's like I said, it was very detailed. But he had the donor aircraft. It's like he was harvesting organs. But we'll show you here. He labeled everything that he took out and knew exactly what we had. And then he emailed me or call. One thing is Unilights. Is that the companies? Mm-hmm. When he found out that the afterburner was bad, I end up ordering the afterburner kit. It literally came in about 3 or 4 days from Europe. It was unbelievable, the service. And Barry's like, wow, that was quick. And it was super fast. But that allowed him to keep working on the airplane. Did it work and fit properly and everything?
Actually, you kind of got an upgrade. The original, it was just dual rings of LEDs, and now they ship with something called like a diffuser. So it's just a fogged plastic cover that goes over the LEDs, so it's going to make it look more like a solid ring of light versus individual points of light. So it'll be it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's another thing is I've been in contact with some David Payne. He has a MiG 17. He's been very helpful. Lewis Patton, who actually helped me start flying turbines back in like 2005. Before I bought this, I've talked to Lewis a lot. So it's been many years since I've flown turbines. So I'll go down to Lewis's place. We'll do all the test flying down in Kentucky, and I'll do a lot of practicing before I show up to shows. One thing that I do fly, I practice, and that's one thing I will do. If Barry can remember when I was flying a lot of IMAC, there's times I go through 5 gallons of gas a day. So I'm not going to do that with this, but I will practice and make sure my equipment's together before I show up to shows, and make sure my routine is down pat too. So, I could keep rambling on, and I probably will, but we'll show you some damaged parts on a B-roll, show you the airplane. But really, with David Payne's help, and there's really no manual for this. Using Jonathan's videos, using Barry's expertise, he's been able to change things the way Barry wants them. But he used RC Universe, Jonathan's videos, Ray Labonte's.
Yeah, there is like Dewey says. They kept saying, "Oh yes, there's a manual coming. There's a manual coming." It's been out 2 years now. There's still no manual. So I had contacted one of the Comp ARF sales guys, Ray Labonte, and said, any information you might be able to supply would be greatly appreciated. And he hooked me up with a link to quite a number of photographs. Most everything you need is in there. The rest, you can pretty much figure out. So between the original build videos and, like Dewey said, the RCU, there's a couple of really good build threads out there. And the pictures I got from Comp ARF, we're making it happen.
Yeah, it's the wing's not much to show. I mean, we have no paint, but we had to take I don't want to say but Barry took the landing gear out, refitted it all. A lot of people that buy these airplanes get, I think they're called ARF Pluses, the gears installed, possibly the cockpit, and maybe lights and things like that would be already done. So Barry actually harvested from the donor all the lighting and fixed all that, put it back into the new airplane. We have wingtip lights, like I said, the landing gear doors, all sequenced, the flaps, everything is just done really nice. They're working very well. Now is just really setting up our fuel system, or the UAT, the fuel pump, the filter, our shutoff valves, along with help from David Payne and other modelers. We're starting to figure out where we want to put things. And, I live 3.5 hours from Barry, so about once a week I get a little picture. Well, I don't even get a picture from him. He sends me like a little video of the landing gear going up and down. So I've been like dying to see it. I had to drive up here and see it. And I dropped him off a couple things for the airplane. But just ordered some new wing bags and the fuselage covers. Like I said, we got to come up with a paint scheme. I got to figure out the weathering. And I'm probably not going to do that. And I'll probably have to find someone that's good at weathering and things like that. But I want to make the airplane exceptionally nice. And that's really it. I'm going to stop it there, make it quick and easy, do some B-rolls, some closer shots. And maybe in a few weeks, Barry's going to be done with it soon. Then we can do a final video and do a little process, 2 or 3 videos out. And then obviously you have to have the test flight on there. Barry probably won't be there, but we might test run it up here in Michigan. Anyway, thank you. If you come up with a paint scheme, post it. Hit that like and subscribe. And I'm going to probably have more model videos, but I'll keep my antique airplane stuff coming up. And I really don't know which direction I'm going. But it's all aviation right now, so we'll keep it that way.
True enough.
Yeah. Thanks, Barry.
Thank
Thank you all for watching, and thanks to Composite ARF. So until then, blue skies.